do it.
What's up, guys? We're just here. I'm pulling them up. Hold on 1 second here. You're gonna see them in a sec. What up, guys? Welcome, welcome. Should be
How
able.
we doing, guys? How we doing?
Well, let me just pulling it up on this so you can see. So I can see the chat. Brian, you want to start up the little things? Here we go. I'm just pulling it up in here. How's
What's
everybody?
up, guys? How we doing?
Hope everybody's doing well. How's their Saturday night? Hope we're all staying, safe inside. Not going anywhere, anything like that. All right, so how you doing tonight, Brian? How's your night? How's your day going so far? It's good.
Man, I'm doing swell. Hanging in there, man, staying healthy, making sure the family's doing well. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm ready. Been waiting for this all day, to get on this and get some
Very
sports
excited.
talk going.
Very excited to do
Yeah.
the first show.
Yeah.
Just want to thank all the viewers for joining in. This is the Mike and Brian Show. This is our new podcast that we're going to be launching. We're going to try to do a show every Saturday night come the start of football season and like right around the start of preseason. We're going to give you all our Bills intel, things like that, our favorite picks of the week in the NFL. Me and Mike are guys who like to dabble in the betting, so we'll dabble into our thoughts on bets and best parlays and stuff like that. But that's more in the future once we all get a grip on when sports are coming back. And speaking about sports coming back, we all know that right now the world's under the foot of
COVID-19. Yeah. How I'm dealing with that in some different ways, man. It's definitely weird. Being at home and not really seeing your friends and stuff like that. Like kind of like this, where we're FaceTiming. On the phone and stuff like that. It's definitely interesting how it affects us, and even like I said, even if it's affecting sports. Like no sports are going on, and some things like we are going to speak about at the NFL draft. That's how they handled that was pretty well. I think we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but
incredible.
Yeah,
I believe it was incredible. That's
yeah,
my first comment on it. That's all I'll say for right now. But I'm sure everyone's dealing with
how are you doing with
social
it?
isolation differently. This everyone's got their own routines and stuff. I'm sure now set in. Some of us, example, I am what they call an essential worker.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm still working every day. So as far as my day to day life goes, it's kind of stayed the same for me. I my free time I tend to pick up the weights. You know me. I like to catch up on the Netflix and I watch the ESPN documentaries because I'm a sports junkie. You know me.
Yeah.
But
100%.
the best thing to come out of this, though, I think, is the family time, and I think everyone can attest to that. That just being able to spend the time with the people you live with and the people who mean the most to you, it makes you remember why you love those people so much, you know?
Oh yeah, man, definitely. And like I said, it's just like crazy how we're all dealing with this stuff. I just want to touch one more time before we move on to the next topic and everything like that. Yeah, we are, everybody that's recently joined, we are the Mike and Brian show. We're gonna be Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. We're gonna be going here. Mike and Brian, baby. All right, so the first topic that we're gonna bring it on today is we're speaking the NFL draft. That's one thing that, like, the NFL, I feel like handled that so well, man. Like, they seriously just I don't know. I mean, how do you feel about it? What do you think that was really like what they did
Well,
good?
like I said before, I think the NFL knocked it out of the park. You know, that it was their first ever virtual draft, and it was quite amazing, honestly. Of course, with everyone being at home and stuff, you would expect more people to be at home with their televisions on, tuning in. So it really was amazing to see, the average audience for the first round, which tends to be the most watched night, of course, because first round picks are the most
Yeah,
sought after
actually, okay. Well, you're
people and
saying that
whatnot.
the first round actually had 15.6 million views. It was up
Yeah,
37% from 2019.
that's
That's that's like
incredible.
that's incredible. Corey
Yeah, I
said.
seen
Corey
that.
says, "Where's my $25?" Yo, I got you. Don't worry about that. Just saying. Put it on the topic. Hey, there you go. How you doing
So,
tonight, Corey?
before the virtual draft this year, the NFL record for the most views for the draft was actually the 2014 draft. We call it the Johnny Manziel draft,
Yeah.
and their first round had about 12.4 million viewers, and this one just knocked it
Yeah,
completely out of the
yeah,
park,
30
like I
up
said.
37%, like I said, from 2019. That's huge,
Yeah,
dude. That's absolutely huge. Total views. If you want to talk about total views, dude, between all the viewerships, 55 million views. 55 million, dude.
yeah, that's a lot of people, man. That's a
55
lot of
million.
people.
That's a lot of people. 55 million views.
Yeah.
That's like
You know something crazy? The it I read up on the article and I seen something that the peak time of the draft, like when there was the most viewers at one point in time, was during the fifth pick, the Miami Dolphins when they selected Tua Tagovailoa.
wow. They
That was
have
the peak of the draft.
and how many was on that?
That's when they say like 25 million people were watching at one point in time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty crazy, right?
Wow. Yep. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's kind of crazy too to see, we talk about everyone having their TVs turned on. The three biggest cities that got viewership, of course, has to do with the number one overall pick. You got Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Top
Oh yeah.
viewership
Oh yeah.
across the United
Oh yeah.
States.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They all wanted to see Joe Burrow get drafted. They're very excited for that, and as they should be. And we're going to talk about Joe Burrow, and we're going to talk about Chase Young, and they're both, I believe, generational talents, and I
Yeah.
believe they both will have
100%.
very long careers in the NFL.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Like, honestly, bro, the average viewership throughout the whole NFL for the 3 days, 8.4 million. Like, that's just like we're
Yeah,
just
that's a lot,
if you're
man.
talking about numbers and viewerships and statistics, man, the NFL just absolutely just like is the virtual draft a thing of the future? Is that what we're talking about here?
It may be, at least from the NFL front office standpoint. I could definitely see like the front office taking it to the point now where they send less people to the draft. Where they tell certain people, you can work from your computer. We could contact you via phone when if
Okay,
you need to be, incorporated
okay,
type deal.
okay.
Just less correct because I think all in general, back to this COVID-19 thing, when stuff does come back to normal, things are not going to be exactly
Yo,
the same.
Tracy Nolan,
You
thanks for
might
the
see
follow on the
things.
page. Appreciate that, by the way. Appreciate that, Tracy Nolan by the page. Appreciate that. Sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. I like to give a shout out to the viewers. I appreciate everyone watching. And again, this is the Mike and Brian show. We do a show every Saturday night live at 7 p.m. right before the NFL week kicks off to give you all our insights and give you our biggest Bills takes.
And
That's a good
one other thing, if you guys are in here, if you haven't followed before, hit that follow button, hit the reaction button, like that to page, give it to other people if you like our content. We can
Yeah,
share it
definitely.
out. All right,
Definitely,
let's
man.
keep. All right,
We're
yeah.
here for the viewers, man. We just want to give you our aspect. We're not guys who are on the radio every day talking, who do this for a living. We're just fans who love the game and love the Bills and want to give our insight on it. And
Want to give
you
his
know,
yeah, exactly. I like it exactly. So if you're talking about the second and third round, I'm gonna give you all the numbers. Look at the second and third round, 8 point
okay,
million views, 40 40% up from 2019. And then you're
Wow.
talking about this. Then you're talking about the 4th through 7th round. You're talking about you got 4.4 million views, and that's up another 32% from 2019. Like I said, the NFL just absolutely just blew the virtual draft like out of like. I know all these people are sitting at home. Yeah, maybe that is part of it, but there is still so many NFL fans that like. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I
you gotta give it to the NFL. No live difficulties. Other than overlay and voice and stuff like that. But that's what happens when you do over the internet calls and virtual calls. It's not always synced together perfectly, and that was fine. And if that's the worst mistake that had to happen, come out of the draft, that's fine. A little bit of dead air time, nothing wrong with that. I think other than that, they knocked it out of the park.
I
Absolutely.
thought there was gonna be more hiccups. If you be honest with me, man, technical hiccups, like just like in general, like just like things that weren't
There
gonna
were
work,
none.
and there wasn't. Yeah, there really wasn't. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
tuned in for a large portion of the draft live, and I didn't see one thing go wrong really. Like I said, other than the voice, people just in the beginning, just one person at the beginning talking, but those guys are professionals. They quickly correct themselves, so it sounds very professional and very
Yeah.
legit.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it
100%.
it was great.
100%.
I believe it
100%.
was great.
You have any statistics for me on the draft? Anything you wanna give to the viewers or anything that you got on there?
Well, you kind of rattled off, a lot of the stuff I had down about the viewers. It really is crazy to see, how much people tuned in for the future of their NFL teams. That's what being a fan is all about. Looking forward to the future. Everything that comes with being a fan is losing seasons and winning seasons. And the NFL draft is exactly what eclipses that. And it's the look to the future. And it's such a great time of year, man. I love the NFL draft.
Yeah. All
And I'm
right.
glad they could still put it on.
No, dude, honestly, like I said, just the way they like. It was like 2 weeks they had before the draft was actually supposed to be announced, and they like cancel everything. But then they say, hey, we're gonna do a virtual draft, and everybody was like, oh, virtual draft, people might hack it, all this other blah blah blah, and then it just turned out to be really, really, really an amazing job, and really something that was really good for the NFL and everything like that. So I definitely understand that it's something that is important, like you know NFL could really do big things with the virtual draft and do really, really big things with it. And I think it might be the future. Like I said before, I think we both agree that, this might be the future of the NFL. We might see future drafts, in the future. And, if that is
Yeah.
what it is, I mean, players are just, I mean, I know this whole thing going on the red carpet used to be a thing and, doing all these.
Yeah, believe me, I feel for the guys, the first round picks and the high touted draft picks who get the opportunity to walk across the stage and give the commissioner the handshake and hold their team's jersey that just drafted them in front of all the team's fans that make it out to the draft. I understand and I get that. And I miss that authentic part. Don't get me wrong. But I did like the different aspect of it. I did like seeing, you know, I mean I'm a family guy. Of course I don't have children, but I do a lot with my family and whatnot, and it was very cool to see the GMs and the coaches and all that stuff
Yes,
with their
yes,
families and the
exactly.
kids, and like I would that would be awesome. Seeing your dad do that kind of stuff and be able to share that with him. They don't get that opportunity because these guys get seven-figure checks. So when stuff like this goes on, they're in offices and in business meetings and away from their families. So it was really good to see that part of the draft too.
No, it definitely was. Okay, so going on to the next thing. So give me your. So how do you feel about Let's talk about the number one pick. I mean, I know
Yeah,
Cleveland. Everybody was thinking they were gonna take obviously Joe Burrow. That was the pick. And I know we spoke about this earlier. I know we had a few conversations, and I do personally think that Joe Burrow was the pick there. Like you have to go quarterback. They needed a quarterback. I mean, I understand. This they had Andy Dalton. I understand that. That's he's a great quarterback. He's a great person for the team. It's just like they needed something different, man. It was a future. They had the number one pick. That guy comes out. He's 13-0. People are talking about him. You got his jersey in the background, man. How? I mean, come on, tell the viewers how you really feel about him. Let's
all
hear it.
right, man. All right. I'm here to tell you guys. I do. I'm a fan of Joe Burrow. The guy. I do think the guy's great. But I'm also here to give you my argument on why I think Chase Young should have been the first overall pick. Chase Young is a generational defensive player, and I know defensive players aren't quarterbacks and they don't make hundreds of millions of dollars and they don't have the ball in their hand every play, but someone like if you can find a Khalil Mack or a JJ Watt or someone like that, those guys come very far in between. And
Yeah, appreciate the
as
like on
far
the
as
video.
I look at
Sorry,
it, there are
appreciate
32
the like on the
teams in
video
the
by Dave.
NFL,
Appreciate the
and I
like.
think there are 32 legit starting NFL quarterbacks. I do not think there are 32 super or star defensive linemen. So I mean, I don't know. I guess all right. Here's one stat that I had for you that you didn't have on the draft. The highest drafted position in the whole draft was linebackers.
Wow.
So people were talking about wide receivers and cornerbacks and defensive linemen.
Yep.
Well, the linebackers were the most amount of players picked in the draft.
Wow.
And
Wow.
not only were linebackers the first or the most position drafted, but you take a look at where these players were getting drafted from. A record 63 players drafted from the SEC. That is
Woo! Okay, you're giving some good stuff. Absolutely. I just don't want to cut you off. I just want to say.
I'll give you some
Hold
more.
on. Real quick. Just want to say, Dave, appreciate the like on the stream. Just want to put that out there. Just we got to give our viewers the appreciate the like.
Yeah, appreciate the likes, guys. And again, this is the Mike and Brian show. We are live with you every Saturday night before football season to give you our insight on the week before this and give you all our fresh
every 7 p.m. every Saturday, boys. We'll be here, so we'll be here to give you some sports talk. So come on, join. We'll always be here for you guys. All right, go ahead, keep going.
So back to what I was saying about players picked from the 5 major conferences. The next closest conference, as far as number of players drafted in the 2020 draft, was the Big Ten at 48. So as you can see, there's a pretty big gap there. The SEC is producing NFL players.
I can't believe 63 players. You said
63 players.
That's
SEC, and then the next highest was the Big Ten at 48. So that's a eye-popping gap. And then
it really is.
The Big Ten, the Pac-12, 32, ACC, 27, Big 12, 23. So those other top 5 major conferences, as much as they are major conferences, they're not competing with the SEC as far as producing NFL-ready and NFL product players.
No, SEC is definitely I feel like you do get a lot of drafts, and most of the SEC players probably went in the top 3 rounds. If you really think about it, to be honest, like they really did. They really probably did. I mean, honestly, bro, who like let me hear let me hear your top. Like, honestly, let's just go into this. I mean, dude, top 3 teams in the draft. Who do you really think absolutely just destroyed the draft this year? Like I'll give you. I'll go from start with number 3, and we'll go from go up there. I would say
number 3.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
As much as our viewers, and it pains me to hear myself say this, I believe the Dallas Cowboys had a very good draft, and I actually gave them an A- grade. So just to elaborate a little bit, adding talent like CeeDee Lamb to the wide receiver group with Amari Cooper and Zeke Elliott in the backfield and Dak Prescott. Those guys are looking good over in the NFC East, which is probably the weakest division in football. So look out for the Cowboys. And also adding Trayvon Diggs, brother of Stephon Diggs, good cornerback out of Alabama, another SEC guy.
Yeah.
These guys from the SEC, man, NFL ready.
Yeah.
NFL ready.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, sneaking in there on the Cowboys draft in the 4th round, they drafted a center. Hopefully, the talk is that he's to replace Travis Frederick, who had to retire because of the disease he was diagnosed with. I forget that. I believe it's some sort of like Hodgkin's lymphoma or something like that. But he had to retire from the NFL, and their line has been not the same since.
All good, Dave. We'll see you next week, man. All right, we'll see you next week. All good, man. We understand.
So who do you got coming in at number
At
3?
number three, man, I honestly would have to say that I have the Detroit Lions coming in at number three, man. They had a great draft.
Okay.
I understand, they want number three. They had number three overall pick. I mean, yeah, they were trying to trade out of it, but they get the best corner in the draft, dude. That
Yeah.
they replaced Darius Slay from getting signed and whatever. They replaced him.
Mhm.
They had to replace him. I mean, they were trying to maybe get him at a little
Yeah.
lower, but they get him there. They
And
get
you had to see that coming with Matt Patricia
yeah,
at the
yeah,
helm as his
exactly,
coach.
exactly. And then they got DeAndre Swift at the running back in the second round. Then they just
Great
get
pick.
they got two edge rusher, they got an offensive guard, they got guards, they got receivers, they got running. They just filled the board with a bunch of different just people that they needed, man. Just
Filling holes.
they
Filling
filling
holes.
holes. And honestly, I feel like I understand that bro, you get a great running back that they were saying that was one of the top running backs in the draft, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Like right there, the two top picks, they're Jeff Okunodonoa and Dante Swift right there, and then you get Julian Okawar, edge rushers from Notre Dame. Notre Dame always has good edge rushers, dude. They
Yeah.
always do.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
And then they get two offensive guards in a row. They get a receiver. They get another running back, and then you just get two D tackles at the end. I mean,
Sounds like they're just
so
plugging holes.
yeah, they're just plugging holes in positions they need, and I feel like they had a very good draft. I mean, like I said, I think that cornerback could have been, he's probably going to be the best press player probably going to be the best cornerback in the draft. He went
Okay.
he went there for a reason.
Okay. All right. So, my second highest greatest team, since we're going from top to bottom here, um, I went with the powerhouse Baltimore Ravens. I feel like they had a very, very strong NFL draft. John Harbaugh knows what he's doing, and rolling in first with their first overall pick, Patrick Queen, the linebacker. Some were amazed that he fell that deep to them in the first round, and they snagged him at first chance that they got. And then you got J.K. Dobbins coming in the second round to add to that rushing attack with Mark Ingram, Woot Woot,
Woo woo.
Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
all them boys, baby. They're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna have the number one rushing offense again this year.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And then sneaking in there, I so for all you fantasy guys out there, look out for James Porsche. He's a wide receiver that they took. He's from D2 school, and he had over 110 catches in his last 2 seasons in college. So
Okay.
look for him to maybe make the roster, coming in at a 6th-round pick and that weak wide receiver core.
Wow, look at you with these little fancy little things going on
A
over
little
there.
fantasy.
Okay. Okay.
Throwing it in there.
Okay.
Me,
So
fantasy cheddar.
yeah, fancy. Okay, so my number two team. I mean, honestly, it's gonna probably be a little obvious for people, but I mean, the Bengals, dude. I just feel like the Bengals, dude. I mean, I understand that they had a number one pick, but you go out, you get Joe Burrow with the number one pick, and then you go back in the second round and you get you get this. You wait, right? Let me just make sure I'm saying this right here. I'm saying this right here. Hold on.
It's
T. Higgins. You get T. Higgins from Clemson, and you know what? You know where they both played together? In the Senior Bowl,
Yep.
and they have the chemistry that they've been watching this and they've been training together also, and the Bengals have been watching that. It's just so smart, dude. And then you go and you get
It's almost like a quarterback and a wide
Yeah.
receiver who have been on the same team for 3 years.
Yeah.
putting together in the
it's
offseason.
crazy, and I just feel like for that reason right there, that's just excellent scouting, and for that I have to give them I gave them an A. So I'll give you the grade. So the Lions I gave an A minus, and for the
Okay.
Bengals I gave an A.
Okay, that's the same grade I gave for my third and second too.
Okay, and I'll just go right into it. I have because
Okay.
since you had this team on your list already, I had actually the Cowboys. Not gonna like it
Okay.
as the number one team. I really think the Cowboys had a really really good draft.
Nice.
They
I like it.
they get CD Lamb. I think he personally was probably the best receiver in the draft. I really do.
Okay.
I think he
Okay.
was. I think he. Yep. I like this Trayvon Diggs from Alabama. Alabama always has excellent corners. They always have big.
Excellent defensive
Yes.
players.
Yes. Exactly.
Defense.
Yes,
They breed
yes,
defensive
yes,
players.
exactly, exactly. And then they just kept filling their defense. Dude. And then they get a quarterback. I don't know who this guy is, but they filled their defense so good. And then, like you said, they got that center that are saying is supposed to replace this guy, Travis Frederick, that they need to replace because he's getting old now, and
Yeah.
and he probably is going to want a lot of money, and they probably don't want to, they're going to spend the money on Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Zeke and all these other players that they need to spend money on. So yeah, I just I just feel like they really
I
did
like it.
really well. They did really well
I
in the
think I could
draft.
agree with that. They definitely had a very strong draft. That's why they fell at number 3 on my board. But sneaking in at number 1 on my board, and I don't know if a lot of people will agree with me, but personally, I think they had an outstanding draft. And just like the Bills, this team had no first round draft pick. This is the Indianapolis Colts. So, first round draft pick, DeForest Buckner, all pro defensive tackle from the 49ers last season, now joining the team. I'll
Okay.
take that for a first round draft pick if I was a Colts fan.
Okay. Yep.
Second round draft pick, wide receiver, Michael Pittman Jr., son of running back Michael Pittman, who won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's got NFL in his blood, so only knows how far he'll go. And then sneaking in, the Indianapolis Colts, I feel, stole this person right underneath Bill Belichick's nose, and that's Jacob Eason, the quarterback that they selected.
Yes. Yes.
Mel Kiper had him ranked as his number 4 quarterback in the draft, right after Tua and Herbert. He thought he was going very early, so I was surprised that they snagged him in I believe the 4th or 5th round. They got him, and who knows? Philip Rivers only signed a 2-year contract, and they've seen Jacoby Brissett play 3-4 seasons. I don't know if they're settled with Jacoby Brissett.
I agree. I think that Easter pick's a sleeper one right there. I like that. And
Yeah.
I did not.
You're
I'll tell you
not
what.
going to see him on the field this year.
No.
You may not even see him on the
No.
field next year.
I'll tell you what though.
future.
I did not know the Colts did not have a first round pick. I forgot they traded it to that Buck for the DeForest Buckner.
For the 49ers for
Yeah.
DeForest Buckner,
Yeah.
which was a great trade.
No, great trade for them. Great trade for
He's
them.
an all-pro defensive tackle.
And I don't know why the 49ers even got rid of him. That's just dumb in their opinion, honestly.
Yeah, and I did not look up. I should have. I probably should have figured out who the 49ers took with that pick just to compare him to DeForest Buckner.
Yep.
But I'm just going to go with DeForest Buckner's probably better than that guy.
All right, so I just want to, say this. We just want to bring it up again. Anybody new in the chat, this is the Mike and Brian show. We're going to be 7 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. And I just want to know if you guys are in the chat and you want to say anything, you want to comment on what we're saying. I just want to, another comment came in. It says, Pam says, glad we with the picks. You, Michael Bryan, can't wait because we're going to win the Super Bowl this year and win some games. All right, Pam, we got that 100%. 100%.
I like it, Pam.
But yeah, no, just if you guys want to comment in there, say anything that you have any ideas or you have anything to say, go ahead. I mean, honestly, if you think that a team did better than the team that we didn't say, they did better. Yeah, go ahead and say it. Go ahead. We're open to you guys. We're doing this for you guys. You got to remember that this is for you guys.
The fans. We're fans, for you. Just like you guys.
Yeah, and we're here, just to give you some content.
We're not here to get a paycheck. We do this out of our own time. We're not the radio guys. We don't have to say what someone tells us we have to say. We're here to take your opinions, your questions, and give you our honest answers. And that's what you'll get from the Mike and Brian show. So thanks for joining in, everyone.
All right, we'll get back. All right.
Move on to what everyone probably wants to hear us talk about, and it's the Buffalo Bills 2020 draft.
Yes. All right, so
Mike, how do you feel about the Bills draft? Just give me your grade.
All right, hold on. We got a question we got a Preston fam. It says, are we going to the Super Bowl this year? It says, Mike and Brian, the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. Are we going to the Super Bowl, Brian, this year? Do you think we have a chance?
I'll answer this question and say I believe the Bills are winning the AFC East, and I believe we're going to win playoff games. I don't know how far exactly we'll go.
I think I also as well think we're gonna win the AFC East.
I obviously hope as a Bills fan that the Bills are in the Super Bowl. God, they were only in the Super Bowls when I was only a infant, and I can't even remember. So I couldn't even imagine the feeling. So
all right, we got enough. All right, before
a favorite to go to the Super Bowl, but they're not. Because we have teams like the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, 100%. All right,
the Bills can prove this year that they can get around because of their schedule.
Yeah, 100%. And just another, so Tom coming in and saying Bills Espinosa is a second round is a steal in the second round. Yeah, definitely, Tom.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that.
Probably the first thing we're gonna dive into right here is AJ Epinesa.
No, I would have to say the first thing you gotta dive in. I know we didn't have a first round pick, but in my opinion, I think we say our first round pick was Stefon Diggs. Do you agree with me on that?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. We just put that out there. I just want to make sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so now, going into our second round pick, man, you get a great kid from Iowa, AJ Espinosa, 6'6", 280 pounds, defensive
Yep.
end from Iowa. Dude
Yep.
is just an absolute animal. Like,
He's a monster.
it's crazy, bro. Like, I don't think the Bills honestly thought at 54 you were gonna get that guy, that kind of talent, and that kind of, just the call, like the dude is all like he fits
Yeah.
he fits us. He fits Buffalo and the
Just
culture
to comment
perfect.
on what you said about can't believe he got him at 54. Brandon Beane and his staff truly, truly, truly this year went with best available on the board. And
No,
that shows with we'll later get into it with Jake Fromm in the 5th round and players like Gabriel Davis. These were the best available players, and that's truly what Brandon Beane stuck to this year, and I think it's really going to pay off.
No, 100%. I mean, bro, you talk about AJ Espinosa, just literally 22 sacks in 2 seasons. Just comes from an athletic family. I'm gonna give you all these stats. Listen to this, bro. Averaged a double in high school, guys. Averaged a double in high school. This dude could have probably went to the NBA. Literally averaged a double in high school. Like, that is just like what. Both 2 of his teammates that he played with in high school went to the NBA.
Wow.
Also,
That's cool.
was
That is really
in
cool.
Illinois' 2-time discus champion thrower and has the state record of 205 feet and 11 inches.
Wow.
Also, has tattoos on his arm
Okay.
that comes from his culture of Samoa.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's why I'm saying the culture and everything. And Tom coming in and saying he was rated. Tom coming in and saying rated a 1st-round pick. No, he definitely was, Tom.
Oh, easily.
I really do agree that he was definitely 100% rated a number. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like the Bills definitely still had a 1st-round pick when they chose AJ Epinesa.
100%. 100%.
So Mike gave you guys the fun facts about our 2nd-round pick, AJ Epinesa. I'm here to tell you about my guy, Zach Moss, because I absolutely love this pick. Zach Moss, cousin of
Wait,
Santana
you gotta give me a little bit of things about, what do you think about the pick? Do you think Espinel is that who we should have went there?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, Brandon Beane truly went with the best available on the board, and he stuck to it through all. I mean, obviously he didn't have a round 1 pick, but in round 1, another thing too, he didn't jump up in round 1 and make any unnecessary trades to try and get someone that everyone thought he wanted. He stuck where he was, and he got the players that he wanted on his board.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to hear how you felt about it. I mean, you really didn't really say much.
No, you're good. I thought I kind of hit on it when I talked about Brandon Beane.
Okay. Now go ahead, go. Zach Moss, 3rd-round pick.
Zach Moss,
Go ahead.
3rd-round pick, running back out of Utah, 5'9",
Yeah.
206. Boy's a freight train. He's ready to run people over up the gut.
Okay.
Like I said, cousin of Santana Moss. He was the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year in 2019. Also got 1st-team All-Conference. So this guy is just a beast. He's a freight train waiting to happen, and I can't wait to see him running up the gut and blasting boys on New England and the Jets. And another thing about him is, yeah, he's cousins of Santana Moss, and I believe the other Moss was a wide receiver, Sonoris Moss or something, I believe it was. I apologize for getting the name wrong, but he's actually the first college graduate of his family. So that's another cool fact about
Thank you.
him.
Oh, I just wanted to put it in there. Thank you for the like, Mr. Kevin. Appreciate it. Appreciate the like on the video. Appreciate it.
He's the first college graduate of his family, so that's kind of something that I didn't think would be true with having blood in the NFL, A lot of these guys come from college programs, and a lot of them are very well college educated men.
Okay. I mean, honestly, bro, like, did you know that, this dude he has NFL bloodlines. Literally just comes from comes from NFL bloodlines.
Yeah.
This dude averaged 108.9 yards per game in his senior season with 15 touchdowns.
15 touchdowns. Now, they don't play.
No, wait, hold on. I'm not even done yet.
They don't play 16 games.
I know, and I'm not even done yet, dude. I'm not even done with this. This dude had 6 records at Utah.
Okay.
The most carries, 112 carries. He also had the most rushing yards with 4,067 rushing yards. Also had the
Wow.
most rushing yards, 100-yard game rushing yards, also with 18 games. This dude also had
Wow.
38 total touchdowns, is the record.
Okay.
38 rushing touchdowns and 48
Wow.
total. My bad. And
Wow.
then also
He finds the end zone.
78 total all-purpose yards. This man had 6 records at Utah. This dude goes in the 3rd round. I don't know how he even just like falls to there. And I just want to
And
be
he's done it. He's done it on
consistency,
on what they would
consistency.
call a small sample size. He
Yeah.
hasn't even had. I think he's had over 700 carries in college football, which is amazing.
No, 100%. And bro, it's like it's just crazy that we get him in the 3rd round and everything. It's just honestly crazy.
I loved it.
Yeah.
While we were watching the draft, I'm not gonna lie, me and you were FaceTiming when we were talking. I really was upset when I seen J.K. Dobbins and those guys going off the board because they were falling and I wanted to see the Bills maybe snag them. But like I said, I trust Brandon Beane's judgment. He drafted the best available player, and he couldn't go wrong with Zach Moss there in the 3rd round.
No, he couldn't. Okay, just one thing I just want to say. It says Tom Leone comes in and says it's not that we were the best available. It's we needed to replace Shaq Lawson. Also, Hughes is getting up in age. No, I 100% agree. But also, it's not even that it wasn't a best available. That dude was literally a number 1 overall, supposed to be probably in the later rounds of the 1st round. And this dude went all the way to 54, which was 22 in the 2nd round. That dude was not supposed to be there. Like he really was not supposed to be where he was. That's what. So I mean, honestly,
and we touched on it with the Bills. The 1st round pick was obviously Stephon Diggs, and the talk this year, obviously coming in the 2020 draft, was all the talk about the wide receivers coming into this class. And as the days moved on, and we moved into Friday from Thursday, and we saw the Bills pick AJ Epinesa, and then they picked a running back, and I'm sure a lot of fans thought, a lot of these wide receivers are getting railed off the board. Well, Brandon Beane didn't let us down with the guy he picked up, Gabriel Davis, 6'2", 210
Oh wait, hold on.
pounds.
Before we
This
go on,
guy's a monster.
wait. Before we go on him, I just want to say, did you know that also Zach Moss? Just one other thing I want to put in there. First family member to actually graduate. All right.
Yeah, I told you that.
And he also just like it's just like crazy that he's they say he is probably one of the most productive backs in the draft this year that will just pass game. Like he's huge in the pass game. Huge.
Yeah, I really think he's gonna be able to expand Devin Singletary's game too, if that's how I should say it. I believe Devin Singletary won't have to be the in between the tackles runner anymore. He can go out and become the pass catching back that maybe we want him to be, and be able to use his elusive speed in the open field. That's probably what Sean McDermott hopes for. And then he's got this big boy Zach Moss to run down the trenches and barrel into boys.
All right, just a little thing. Tom comes says he wished we would have drafted a cornerback earlier in the draft.
All right. See,
well, no, hold on.
We'll someone said something.
Well, we will. Okay, hold on. We'll go. We'll touch on that. Let's go because we're about to. I mean, when we get to the pick when we took the corner, we will touch on that 100%. Tom, we're gonna touch on that. We just want to get through all these picks. Okay, so talk about Gabriel. Go ahead. Keep going with Gabriel.
Gabriel Davis. Okay. Gabriel Davis. He was one of Daniel Jeremiah's sleepers on day 3. He was one of 2 Buffalo Bills selected on the sleepers list by Daniel Jeremiah. So not only do we as Bills fans got an eye on him, but the people in the league and the higher ups got eyes on him. Something to good know about him, just like you talked about, what's his name, Joe Burrow and T. Higgins working together. Gabriel Davis trained with Zach Moss at Southwestern University. So
okay.
They're already familiar with each other. Yes, they don't necessarily throw the ball to each other or hand the ball off to each other, but that's camaraderie. That's the process. That's all that. And you can see where these picks are coming from when Brandon Beane makes the selections. Also, something about Gabriel Davis is they got him labeled as a pure vertical stretch threat. So this is your over-the-top guy. Take the top off the defense. I'm going long every play. So I'm really excited to see him hook up with Josh Allen in that big arm. I think he's going to have an awesome rookie year. and I predict him to have maybe 3 to 4 touchdowns this year, and
Okay.
that would be awesome.
All right. Let me just argue. I don't know if you saw this. I was listening, but did you actually know that he trained with Zach Moss at Southern California for a little bit with like in the off season?
Did you hear me say that? I said that.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Making sure. Did you,
Okay.
I'm just, dude. I honestly am happy that like, yo, like they say his size and hands is probably one of the best features of him.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he's just a big like.
Dude, he's.
I mean, I'm not comparing him to Calvin Johnson, but
No, whoa, don't even no. He's
Calvin
more.
Johnson,
He's a guy that's gonna go down the field. He's had 153 receptions like last year. I know you probably that's just crazy, bro. Like 153
Yeah.
receptions, that's absolutely crazy. And 23 touchdowns in 3 years with Southern Florida.
Yeah.
150. That's probably 50 to receptions a year, bro. If he does that in the NFL, bro, like
Let's not get too held up on the number of receptions, because remember our guy Zay Jones who had all those catches.
yeah, but Zay Jones didn't have 23 touchdowns, bro.
No, he did not have 23 touchdowns. You're right, but he did have a lot of records at his school for.
This dude doesn't have records. He was he was graded a second round. He was actually graded a second round
Mel
pick.
Kiper had him graded as a
Second round pick.
Now, I know people are going to look at that's because he had so many wide receivers projected in the first round, but that's the way it is. That's how their talent is evaluated, and he evaluated him as a second round pick, and the Bills got him in the 4th round.
The 4th round, and this dude was supposed to go in the 2nd, dude. I mean, I don't understand. I'm telling you, the reason I think he dropped, dude, is
on Brandon Beane, man.
no, I know, but like you said, the trust the process, man. We've been saying this for the last how many years? You got to keep continuing to trust Brandon Beane. This dude is making good decisions each and every year in draft. He's just doing the things he needs to do. Keeps improving the roster. He improves the roster during the season, off season. Like this man just does everything good for the Bills. I have not had, there may have been a couple in the beginning where, maybe I was a little, hesitant. But then, he really has showed me that the things that he's done really have, made better for the Bills and better for the future of the Bills. Like, I
bet you down in Carolina they really miss Brandon Beane.
Oh, I think they do, but I do agree with you on that one. So going into, dude, just keep going to these great picks. 5th round pick. This man, Brandon Beane,
I've been waiting for this.
Goes out and, I was on the phone with Brian when this pick was happening. I called him right after. He was actually mad at me because he didn't want to call me. They took Jake Fromm with the 5th pick. With the 5th pick in the 67th round. Probably right then and there that that Brandon Beane is going best available. He goes
That's
Jake
it.
Fromm, 6'2", 215-pound quarterback from Georgia. Big boy. He leads the Georgia Bulldogs to a championship versus Alabama. He led the Bulldogs to 3 consecutive Section 6 championships from 2017 to 2019. He's 36-7 as a starter. Like how do you right there? I don't even. I'm gonna let Brian go on more and give a little stuff more on because that's what right there I have like
talking about his record. The first thing I wrote down, my first bulletin for Jake Fromm, I wrote winner, because all this guy does is win. This guy played in the big conference. He played in the big games, like against the big schools. All these SEC players, these 63 players that were drafted out of the SEC. Jake Fromm played against them, and he threw touchdowns on them, and he succeeded against them, and he had success in the SEC. And I believe Jake Fromm could be a great compliment to Josh Allen. I don't see him, obviously. Bills fans, don't worry. Josh Allen is our
quarterback. Yes, obviously. We're not saying that. Yes.
Compliment
to Josh Allen. He is going to teach Josh Allen things that Josh Allen has never even just the smarts and
Josh
the
Allen
leaders.
Comes from Wisconsin.
Yeah, dude.
One of the smallest schools in the whole NCAA.
Exactly, but just think about the leadership and the stuff that this man is going to be able to show Josh Allen how to actually, he's going to be a huge part to this quarterback room for Josh Allen. He's going to be a big. I'm not saying Matt Barkley isn't, but this dude is going to do big things.
Let me ask you that you brought his name up. Do the Bills keep 3 quarterbacks on their roster?
No, I honestly really think that Josh Allen and Jake Fromm are the 2 quarterbacks on the Bills roster.
All right.
By the end of training camp.
I am going to write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Say it here. Okay, we got Tom Leone coming saying if you haven't watched the show, on Jake Fromm as the quarterback #1 show on Netflix. Okay, but definitely, hey guys, if you ever want to check that out on Jake Fromm, anybody want
Oh,
that?
I'll check it out.
Well,
Thanks,
definitely.
thanks for that, man.
Yeah, appreciate that. But no, honestly, guys, like, dude, Jake Fromm, he is going to do huge things for this organization. It may
Yeah.
not be as a starter. I'll tell you what, Josh, he might win a game next year. No, but you don't know. You honestly don't
You
know.
never
He might,
know. Maybe
he might win
maybe
a
the
game.
Bills need to rest their starters.
Yeah, and
See
yeah,
Jake Fromm come in. I'll
yeah.
tell you what, you're definitely gonna see. I'll tell you what, Bills fans are gonna want to go to preseason games, or if the preseason's canceled this year, that's gonna be a shame because I really would like to see this kid on the field a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Derek Loveland, appreciate the like on the video, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. One last thing about Jake Fromm and about being
All
like
right,
in
wait,
the
just
limelight.
wait before you. I just want to say, anybody that's new in the stream and just popping in, this is the Mike and Brian show. We here are gonna be here 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, bringing you sports talk. This is Brian on the one side, and on the other side is Mike. Obviously, you can see us other name above. All right, we're gonna be here and we'll keep going. We're bringing you sports content every Saturday, sports talk. This is it, Mike and Brian show, baby.
We're deep into the Bills draft right now, breaking down the Bills picks. We're all the way down to the quarterback Jake Fromm in the fifth
Yeah, and
round right now.
if you guys are liking the content and you want to hit that, we're already at to 5 likes. Can we get to 10 likes on this video today? Can we please get
Come on,
10
guys,
likes?
get us out there. We know this is the first show. We're trying to get it out there. We're not looking for, people to bash us or anything like that. We're here for you guys. We'll never bash you guys. We'll never put you down or put your opinions down. We're here to absorb all the opinions. Every opinion makes the show better. You guys make the show better. So just keep it coming.
Yeah, keep it coming. Like that thing if you like it, like the content. It even shows up you guys. We like to give you a little notification and everything. So go ahead. We'll be here. We'll give it to you guys. Okay. So go in, dude.
Last thing.
Go ahead. Say it. Let's hear it. Jake Fromm.
Last thing about our buddy Jake Fromm about
yes.
being in the limelight.
Yep.
A little while back, I don't know if most people will remember, but he was also in the Little League World Series. That's also a super cool,
yes,
high class young athletes get welcome to that type of thing. So he comes from athletic blood.
Wait. Did he? Let me just say. Okay, since I know I threw it in there. I mean, honestly, bro, 11 strikeouts and 3 home runs. Like, what is like?
Yeah, buddy.
This dude,
he's got that arm, bro.
Yeah, I guess so, dude. This,
yeah. He's not the guy. They said he's not the guy who's gonna, have the arm strength to zip it in between 2 linebackers, but he's gonna make the smart play, and he can make any throw that you need him to make. And he's very consistent in what he does, and he's very football smart because he's been around it for very long, and he loves the game. So I'm so very excited about Jake Fromm. I was optimistic at first, but now looking at it through the bright side, glass more than halfway full. I'm excited about Jake Fromm. You guys should be too.
And I am too. And then talk. This is okay. I'm gonna go into this pick first because this is probably my favorite pick of the Bills. I mean, I know it's a kicker. You guys are probably like, what? Why is it his favorite pick? No, I love this pick. This dude is. I'm gonna give you size. This probably doesn't really matter. This dude's 5'10", 680, 183. He's a kicker from Georgia Southern. Wasn't actually really known in the beginning of the year. How he became known was because this man in the Senior Bowl goes 2 for 2 on field goals, 1 for 56-yarder, also goes 4 for 4 on PATs in the Senior Bowl.
Wow.
Like, I mean, bro, that's amazing. And another thing that's crazy is that this man was the 12th kicker drafted in Bills history. I did not.
Kicker. Wow, that's in the Bills' long history. We're approaching 60 years in Bills history.
12th kicker. And bro, I love the pick, man. I love it.
I love it too, man.
I think
like it a lot.
I think he's gonna beat out Hauschka. I think he's gonna be the kicker next year.
See you later, Stephen Hauschka.
So I honestly am happy about that. Let me hear what you think about it, man. It's my favorite pick of the draft.
I love the pick. I mean, they didn't give us too much on him on draft day, so I didn't really know about him until the pick was announced, obviously. But I'm really excited about it too because we really need it in our team repertoire to be able to make 50-yard field goals because that's how you win playoff games. And that's how you make strides as a franchise because you need everyone to play their 111 and play their part on the team. And if your field goal kicker can't make a 50-yard field goal when there's kickers making 62 and 63-yard field goals for the other teams, that guy needs to be replaced. And I'm sorry, Stephen Hauschka, you did good for us. You were a great Bills player, but this is a business, and I believe Tyler Bass's job is there for the taking.
No, bro, it's no 100%, 100%, bro. I 100% agree. I think that Tyler Bass, like I said, wins the job, and he's the Bills kicker for I don't know how long, but I mean, bro, I think he's gonna do good things, man. I'm just he's got a big leg, bro. He did it. I don't know if everybody's has not seen the video and should go and watch it. Go watch this dude stand and kick a field goal 50-something yards, standing there, not
Right
even moving, right through the uprights, down the middle.
It's Stephen Hauschka can't do that on a running kickoff start.
I know, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, honestly, bro, like that was, and then you go another one. We had 2 6-round picks here. You go on the 6th-round pick, and you tell me about our second 6th-round pick, man. Let's hear a little bit about him.
The cornerback, right?
Nope. It was the Isaiah Higgins.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Higgins. I like it. Like I said, Brandon Beane, best available. A lot of these guys come from these smaller schools. You don't really hear about them, but you just gotta trust Brandon Beane's judgment on these guys. He's filling the holes and he's finding the players to fit the DNA and of the Bills culture. And I really like the pick. I think the kid's gonna fit in. Well, what do you got to say about him?
Bro, I think that it was just like honestly like an excellent pick. Like they literally go out and they get this guy that they said they said he's supposed to be like a 3rd or 4th rounder. I mean, he went in the 6th round. I think he dropped a little bit. Like I honestly think a lot of these players, what people are not realizing, a lot of these players dropped because there wasn't a combine, there wasn't a pro day.
Yep.
It was a completely different thing, like we were talking about earlier in the show.
And the experts said it's going to play to some teams' advantages,
and it's going to play exactly. And I
in the Bills' favor.
Exactly what I was saying. I think
neither one of us wanted to, just because we were going to spend so much time on the Bills draft. Neither one of us wanted to throw them on our top 3 teams in the draft, but I would probably give the Bills definitely an A or an A- definitely from this draft, because they did
I would say
just like I'm considering DeForest Buckner part of the Colts draft, Stephon Diggs is part of the Bills draft,
and we
had a great draft.
No, we definitely said that in the beginning, and like I said, man, Isaiah Higgins, bro, 6'3", 201 receiver from Oregon State. You get him smaller school. But like, I mean, bro, you get a bigger guy, another bigger guy, a receiver that we need, a big receiver. I think we just like Brandon Beane, like you said. He does an amazing job.
That he drafted, he knows he's got Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, John Brown. He's got all his.
But he still went out and got these guys. Yeah, he still goes out and gets the guy that he needs. He went out and got 2 big guys for the receiving draft in the rounds that he needed, best available player. But like I said, we're both gonna keep saying it. Brandon Beane just doing such a phenomenal job. Like he's just doing things that like we probably have never seen a GM do in a while. Like he's built this team. 3 years. It's picked what 3 years, and this team is. We're a playoff contending team. We're a Super Bowl realistically.
We were in the playoffs last year, bro.
Yeah.
We've been in the playoffs.
Yeah. And if you think about it, I don't know if you know this, but the NFL has us in the top 10 for the NFL rankings. We're 6 or something like that.
We should be there. That's where we deserve to be.
All right, and talking about our 7th-round pick, and now let's bring in the our little thing earlier. I do agree with the cornerback. Saying I do honestly agree that they should have drafted a cornerback earlier in the draft. I think that we waited way too long. I think there was players that were available that we could have got that were better than this corner. I mean, I'm not saying he's good. I like cornerbacks from Pitt. He's a little small. He's 5'11". He's 280 pounds. I mean,
he's gonna be like a nickel guy.
I'll tell you what though. The one thing that they say about this guy is his hands are always on the ball, man. 12 pass protection defenses last year. 12.
That's good. That's really good.
That's amazing. Like that's really good. They talk about being by the ball and everything. I mean, he only had 1 interception last year and 0 in his junior year. But when you have 12 pass breakups, bro, that is amazing. That is amazing.
On the ball, like you said.
So yeah, I mean, what do you think about him?
Like just back to what I was saying earlier, the cornerback room was the one part of the team I felt like needed the least touching up. bringing in the veteran Josh Norman and Levi Wallace hopefully can get over his mishaps from last season.
Okay.
EJ Gaines, a huge bring back, because if EJ Gaines can stay healthy, everyone knows EJ Gaines is a strong player. And of course, Tre'Davious White is an all-pro caliber quarterback who's covering one entire side of the field. So my thought from this aspect was I didn't feel it necessarily needed to be addressed in this draft.
Okay.
But like we said, I'm going to trust Brandon Beane's judgment and hope that this guy, he may not even make the roster. Like we said, we have a lot of people in front of him right now. We'll see what shakes out and how injuries fall. The Bills were the healthiest team in the NFL all last season. So, knock on wood, they continue to do that.
No, and like I said, bro, like you and one how about this? Let's talk about the roster a little bit, man. Honestly, like you got to think. I mean, honestly, man, like the Bills roster is just like we have so much depth. We have depth at every position. If you think about it, we have depth at receiver, we have depth at quarterback, we have depth at running back.
I think positions are flooded a little bit.
Yeah. Like we're like if you.
Who's got to go?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we were, we had a conversation a little bit. What happens with the DNs, man? You got all these young guys. Do you keep Murphy? Does Murphy stay in the team? Is he a guy that that? Is he a guy that like who goes? Like
I think especially now at this stage in the off season with free agency and the draft already passed, the production we're seeing from Trent Murphy on the field does not equate to what we can get or what we could obtain with the $9.3 million in cap room that will free with releasing him.
Okay.
So that's just the way I look at it.
Okay. What about another?
Here's as always when you have to release a player, it's obviously the money and the cap. But Brandon Beane has shown all of us that he has that under control. And just like this contract, it would relieve him a lot of cap space. And like I said, just at this point in the offseason, I feel like $9.2 million, $9.3 million is very valuable. Come down the road, come after training camp if they do have one. We're going to have to fill some holes, fill some injuries. And Trent Murphy at over $10 million a year.
No. Yo, talking about another player, bro, Star Lotulelei, man. That guy is another guy that's a big contract. Like, dude, honestly, if we're talking about the roster, there's gonna be so many people that we're gonna be surprised, be like, wow, they released that guy. Like, what? It's gonna be like that.
Gonna be like
LaShawn McCoy. Like when LaShawn McCoy got released, we were so surprised. There's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna get released. And we're going to look at it.
Got traded for a 4th round pick.
But yeah, don't be surprised if actually Brandon Beane is one of the GMs that, I know that makes a lot of trades during like the training camp and right before like the season and stuff like that. Might be a little.
Just like some roster movement.
Yeah, might be a little different.
Guys who are released, I feel like he's definitely going to be picking at guys who fall from other teams.
Yeah, but he always makes trades though. He's a trade guy. He always be doing like making those trades and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, bro, I think that it's going to be really crazy to see what happens with just in general with what, they do with the roster and all that. Honestly, it's going to be really, really interesting. Okay, now let's go, what's your grade for the whole draft? What did you give the Bills? I want to hear it.
I'm going to give the Bills A-.
A-. I gave them an A. I think they get, I think they deserve that. Yeah, I mean, really think they deserve something like that. I mean, A-, A, yeah, you're right in the range right there.
We were just talking about on the defensive side of the roster, how flooded it is. And we talked about Stephon Diggs and we talked about Gabriel Davis and the other draft picks. Where do you see fan favorite Duke Williams on this roster next year?
You gotta let me. That's a good question, man. I mean, do you see him? Do you think he? I honestly don't think I don't see him on the roster next year. Now that we have all, no, I don't. I think we have too much talent on the receiving core to even, I think he stays in the practice squad and maybe some team, might say, hey, let's pick him up. How you want to take about another guy name? What about the dude from London? I can't think of his name. What's his Cam?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. God.
Yeah, that running back from the practice squad.
What the heck is his name? I can't think of his name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, but...
No, but No,
Do you
dude.
think TJ Yeldon makes the team?
No, TJ is gone. There's too many running backs. I think that dude I'm talking about might make the team over him.
Yeah.
Cam Ward? No, not Cam Ward. No, fucking.
No, what the heck is his name?
Isn't it Cam something?
No. What the heck is that running back?
Oh, Eric Christian Wade. Thank you, Eric.
Christian Wade. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. We're
I
my.
could not think of it. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, all right. Eric, come on. So you're in here. Well, give us some things. Let's get some things in here. I mean, honestly, guys, we're waiting for some questions in here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead. We're just honestly just, dude. It's like Bills questions with the Bills, everything. Yeah, man, it's awesome. But yeah, honestly, I just feel like, dude, like, just keep going about the roster. Like, like, you can just go
It's
by.
unreal, man. It's unreal.
You could go by
this
every
roster-
position, every single position, and you could literally
Yeah.
think about is
My
this.
only question is, we need players in such positions who have been questionable as far as health to really hold up. Like such players like Mitch Morse. We
Yeah.
can't lose Mitch Morse. We can't lose Deion Dawkins. Like, we can't lose Matt Milano.
Yep.
That's very important. Matt Milano is the commander of that defense, right along with Tremaine Edmonds. He's got him on his right right-hand arm.
All right,
And,
you're talking about that. Like, what? How about these contracts that we're gonna have to give to Trey White and
That's
Matt
what I
Milano?
was saying about the Trent Murphy contract. Come down the line this season, if Matt Milano can stay healthy and he's still producing to the level he's been, I think we could see Brandon Beane maybe negotiating with one or two of these Buffalo Bills on the defense that he needs to lock up during the season. I don't know. That's just my prediction.
No,
It may not
honestly,
be
yeah.
Matt Milano. It may be Trey White, because Trey White is also looking for a contract. But of course, I want to see both of them here for a long time, and let's do whatever we got to, Brandon Beane, to keep those guys here, because Matt Milano was an absolute steal in the 6th round. And that's what kind of gives me hope about this draft. And Brandon Beane is, you never know what these guys are actually going to bring to the field, because they come from these smaller schools and these smaller colleges, these not SEC schools. I mean, yes, Jake Fromm and the guys from the big top 5 conferences, but he also digs deep and he finds football players with talent and knowledge, and he trusts Sean McDermott to coach them the way they need to
No,
be
see,
coached.
okay, it's not
Sean
even that,
McDermott
no.
is an excellent coach. He's not just a great defensive mind. He's a great leader and a great motivator, and that's what makes him a great head coach.
No, it's
So,
not even that, bro.
I'm
Brandon
just
Beam.
super excited
No,
for
listen to this. Brandon Beam trusts his. See what you need to know. Brandon Beam trusts his scouting team, bro. His
Absolutely.
scouting team is one of the best scouting teams in the league. Like I said, it's just crazy that.
Hay has not ever talked about his Brandon Beane.
No, yeah, and it's crazy that all these people, like you said, the last 3 years that we've been drafting, it's just like every single pick, bro. That's why I watch the draft till every single pick, because Brandon Beam will
You never know
surprise
when he's
you.
gonna jump in those late rounds
Yeah.
and say, hey, I want this guy on our roster. I want him to come and compete for a position.
No,
And
100%.
that's what it's about on the Buffalo Bills roster. Is you're here to nothing's handed out. You don't come into this locker room thinking you're gonna be.
It's
Deion Hawkins.
competition.
Don't think
Competition.
you're gonna be the left tackle because you've been the left tackle for the last 3 years. Because if Cody Ford comes in this season and shows that he can play left tackle better than you, Sean McDermott, damn right, is going to play him at left tackle and play the best player at that position.
Yes,
And
dude,
that's
it's
the way he
competition.
goes.
It's competition, bro. Like we all talk about,
He
like
doesn't look at the contract.
no, it's all like, dude. Sean McDermott's been saying it from the day one he started here. My team, every single player has the opportunity to just show me what they have. It's all about competition.
And that's why you see guys come
Yeah.
here.
Look at
Because
Jake
they
Fromm.
know
Look
he's
at
signing-
look
he's
at
signing
wait, hold
the
on.
Bills.
Look at Jake Fromm, bro. Like Jake Fromm, you draft him. Honestly, I know it's kind of weird, but they kind of drafted him to show Josh Allen, like, hey, like, I mean,
Don't think because you were drafted with the 7th pick 2 years ago that you're here for the next 10 years.
No.
You better play good, man. You got 3 years left, 2 years with a year of us with the option to pick it up.
Yep.
You better show us you can play because
Yep.
we have a roster to win right now.
yeah, yes,
We want to win.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, and I'm like I said,
And I'm sorry, Bills fans, But if Josh Allen this year shows us that he can't progress and he is what is holding this team back, which I don't believe will be the reason, I need to see Sean McDermott make the moves that he needs to.
No,
Whether it
exactly. And
be
no, not even
a
Sean
veteran
McDermott. It's Brandon
quarterback
Beam.
or
Brandon Beam. It's
dipping
Brandon
into the
Beam.
Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, you know what I mean. Whether
Yes.
it be dipping into the veteran quarterbacks in the free agent next year, or getting another rookie to light a fire under Josh Allen's butt again, whatever it may be, I want to see him put the best guy in every position, like we said, and I believe he will.
No, and I 100%, dude. Like I think that Sean McDermott has been a great thing for Buffalo, man. He's such a great coach. The things he's done, he brought us. He broke the drought with Tyrod Taylor. I mean, honestly, I felt like that year we should have maybe won that game against Jacksonville. We just don't.
We haven't
No,
seen
wait, let me hold on.
management
Hold
like
on.
this
Hold
since
yeah.
Philly.
Yeah, like it's just like, dude, management. It's just like, bro, like honestly, just the things we're doing. Or what? Like I just want us. I just really wish Sean McDermott can. Like, bro, can he? Like, here's another question for you. Can he? Is Sean McDermott a playoff coach? Can he win a playoff game? He hasn't shown it to me yet. The things he do,
You're right.
he doesn't. He doesn't. You
He
know.
has been in the Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers as a defensive coordinator, so I do believe he does got what it's in you to win playoff games. Yeah,
No, he keeps it close. He does
he's
that.
got the fire, and he's got the right type of game plan. He's just gotta, man. He could have had his first playoff win last year. Things fall the right way for us. Flags don't fly. Things are different, man. And you can say that about a lot of football games.
No, you could 100% say that.
Will argue to their death about every football game, about their favorite team, and what should have been called and what shouldn't have been called. But you can't look at that like that. You need to look at it the way Sean McDermott and this organization looks at it. They didn't win. They still have not won a playoff game.
I said, yeah, 100%.
New England Patriots. He has still not beat them. Since they have been here, they have not beat Tom Brady and the Patriots. Tom Brady is no longer on the Patriots, but you're sure as damn hell right he wants to beat Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. He wants to beat them down to the ground so bad, and he has not done that yet. And he addresses that, and he knows. So
no, he definitely knows, bro. No
steps to do, but
the
2020 draft were steps in the right direction.
No, it definitely was, and I feel like the Bills, honestly, McDermott, Bean, and just like, bro, it's like, yeah, they need to win a playoff game. We seriously need to see them. And it's not even him. It's not the defense. They do good in the defense. It's not that. It's
top five.
Let me talk. Yeah, let me talk, bro. Let me just say, like, it's honestly, bro. It's just like, dude, there's so many things that like he could do better. Like is it the offensive coordinator? Like last year, I mean, we scored enough points. Is it the defense not stopping the team? Like, bro, there's so many things that I feel like we could have done better last year, and that just didn't happen. And yeah, I mean,
the Bills a disciplined team? Do you
yeah.
think
No. I think the problem is that last year, like you said, there's just some things that just didn't go our way.
Exactly,
a few things
dude.
flags and all that stuff, and it happens.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But you have to put yourself in the right position not to make those mistakes, and that's what Sean McDermott preaches, and that's what you want to hear from your head coach.
No, you definitely want to hear that from your head coach, 100%, bro. And honestly, just let's just wrap this up a little bit. I mean, honestly, my last take on this is just, I'm ready for the Bills season. I'm ready to see what we can do and what this organization can continue to succeed forward. And Brandon Beam and Sean McDermott are going to be very, very good things for this organization. And they're going to probably be here for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
Probably more Brandon Beam than Sean McDermott, because I think Sean McDermott goes before he does.
Unfortunately, when it does, when
go bad, it's going to be the coach.
To the coach.
Yes. Exactly. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like that. But hey, I honestly would not be surprised if it's the other way around, because they had
the Bills got two guys who are being interviewed for head coaching jobs working in the background, and Brian Daboll and Leslie Frazier. So us as Bills fans
should not be worried.
We have a strong coaching staff. We have a strong front office. It's all around, baby.
Yeah, it's all around, baby. 100% all around. Now, let me hear your last take on it, buddy. Let me hear. What do you have to say?
My last take is going into the 2020 season, the last thing I want to see is the Bills take a step backwards. I don't want to see us become a 6-10 team again, a 7-9 team again. I want consistency. I need consistency. Consistency is what builds dynasties and what builds franchises in the NFL. The Bills in the 90s were consistent. Consistency is needed. They cannot digress from where they've gotten this year, and that is the only thing I fear for in this upcoming season.
So you're saying you don't want to happen is what happened the year before, like last how we made the playoffs and then
And then
yeah,
got
okay, okay.
yeah,
So
I don't want to see us again where we had a season where we took a step forward
and took a
and now
step
we have a
back.
season where we take a step back.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
want that.
okay. Now I got
That's
okay,
what I want
okay,
to avoid.
okay. No, I 100% agree with you, man. I think that is a huge. It's that's gonna be huge.
It's a
Can
measuring stick.
yeah? Can he actually
It's a measuring stick of the roster, the management, all that.
yeah? Can he actually do that? That's it. Yes, that's 100%.
All the
100%.
stuff we're saying about these guys being good picks and stuff. That's what the proof is in the pudding. Your record, the amount of games you win. That's what's gonna tell. So we'll see what happens.
All right,
But
now
I'm excited.
yeah, I'm
Very
excited. Yeah, for sure.
Just
But
a little transition here. Well, first off, just for everyone still watching, thank you all for tuning in. This is the Mike and Brian Show. We are live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're giving you our takes on the football season, hot Bills takes. Once the other leagues come back after our COVID-19 suspension, we'll be dabbling into all sorts of kind of sports, betting, fantasy, all that for you guys. So lots of content for everyone to join in. Give us a share, give us a like the page, tell your friends to tune in because we're going to be firing every Saturday night, baby, and we're here for you guys.
100%. All right, so yeah, you want to turn that the down volume in the background a little bit? They can hear me in the background.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, so just the sports and so you know what? So what do you think? When do you think sports are going to be coming back?
Well, I'm glad we're talking about this. As much as we're looking to the major sports like the NBA, the NHL, obviously the NFL doesn't need to come back right now because it's the off season, but sports are coming back as much as we're not noticing. NASCAR is getting back to racing. They're going to do 40 races still, they say, this year. They're going to try and jam up the schedule. It's going to be something these drivers have never been used to. So I'm very excited to see how that goes for all the NASCAR fans and stuff out there. Racing is a very cool sport. If you've never tuned into NASCAR, it's not really just about turning left. It's really cool. And
It's not about
those
just
guys are athletes as much as anyone else because I don't know about you, but sitting in a car for 4 hours driving at 200 plus miles per hour is not easy.
No, I 100%
So
agree.
some of the sports that you're going to see coming back, everyone knows Dana White is very big. He loves his money, let's just say. Dana White loves to put events on. He loves to make things happen. He's a promoter. He's an event maker. He makes things happen. And he's making stuff happen on May 9th. May 9th, UFC 249 is going to be hosted. And the main fight is Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje, or Gaethje, however you pronounce it, which is hopefully promising to be a good fight. Tony Ferguson has been trying to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov for a very long time, obviously, and because of the travel suspensions and stuff going on, Dana White's limited to fighters who live in the continental U.S. and
Yeah, wait,
travel.
hold on. Let me just was saying something. Didn't they actually have to get a things from the Russia to let him come over here?
Yeah, and they're still not able to obtain that kind of stuff, so that's why Tony Ferguson is fighting Justin Gaethje.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
that is next weekend, people. That is 7 days from today.
that's gonna be the first live sporting events, guys. That's amazing. Like honestly, bro, let me just like that's amazing.
And
like
this is all taking
amazing.
place in Jacksonville.
It's amazing, bro.
So everyone knows.
It's amazing that honestly, like you said, that Dana White and just all like it's just the things that he does for like it's this time and like it's just, and like it kind of reminds me honestly, he kind of reminds me of it's just like Vince McMahon, bro. I mean honestly, like Vince McMahon, the things he even did with like he did the WrestleMania during the pandemic and he kept it going and then like it's just like dude, these people that like run these organizations and run these companies and stuff are just like are doing it for the fans. Like they really are just doing such great things.
Talking about Dana White doing it for the fans, man. He's coming firing right back. May 13th, they got another event scheduled on ESPN with the main card. The main fight is Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Smith, which is going to be an awesome fight. Those guys can slug, and they are going to throw it with each other. So tune into that on May 13th. Those are just some cool things to really look forward
Wow,
to.
that's awesome. So they got 2 fights coming in the next week, almost.
2 fights in, yeah, like 9 days. It
That's
is.
awesome, guys. There you go. There's a little.
Yeah,
There you go.
and
So
it's all Dana White figured this all out. This is all going down in Jacksonville, Florida. They got a lot of government permission and stuff like that. But yeah, this is 100% happening with only needed like officials and whatnot. Rinkside crews, medical staff. There will be absolutely no fans, absolutely no reporters. Just enough camera crew to run, the broadcast. So it'll be very limited. Obviously, they say they'll
okay,
take
so
all
it's
the
kind of like the WWE, like how they
yeah,
fucking okay,
almost
oh yeah.
exactly like how the WWE has been.
Okay, so how they did their thing where there's no fans, there's gonna be camera guys, there's gonna be a couple people that gonna be there for
Yep.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's
So
awesome.
You're probably really gonna get a grasp. You're really gonna get more into like
The fight.
like what really goes on in a UFC fight. You're probably gonna hear some chit chatter.
Yeah,
You pay money to see UFC fights too. Those aren't censored, so you put the kids to bed. You may hear some cussing and some not so nice words said to each other. Then I think that's gonna be cool.
And you're gonna actually hear the punches. I feel like you're gonna hear
the breathing and the everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be really cool.
I think it's gonna be a different experience because, like I said, there's not gonna be fans there. There's not gonna be sound. There's gonna be so much more things you hear and that you're gonna be paying attention to and focusing on.
It's just so cool that like there's people like Dana White and Adam Silver and these guys like working so hard.
Vince McMahon, bro. Like it's even like crazy.
As safe as possible.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy how they've been doing that. And I mean, if you want to talk about that, bro, NHL, like, is that they're talking about doing this NHL bracket, 31 teams for the playoffs, man. How do you feel about that? I mean, it's a little rumor that's going around. I mean, honestly, I feel like 31 teams. It's like they're giving every team, the last team in the league has a chance of winning the cup. I mean, a lot of fans, are saying that this is not a good thing. It's going to bring, bad things to the league, and it's just going to be like, is that what fans really want? Is they want 32 teams to be able to have a chance at winning the cup this year? I mean,
well, actually, I dove into that a little bit. I did a little bit of research. It's actually not going to be all 31 teams. At least that's what the projected thought is. I read that it will be the top 6 teams from each division, okay? So the 1 and 2 seeds will play a series, a best-of-3 series against each other, and whoever wins that series will then be the winner of the division in the season and be the number 1 seed in the playoff rounds. So then the 3 would play the 6, the 4 would play the 5, and whoever lost from those games would be eliminated. And then the winners would play the seeds accordingly from 1 and 2 in a 7-game series, just like the normal playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost like a playoff. It's like a tournament elimination to decide the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's like a March Madness to decide the playoffs.
But the 1 and 2 in every division are automatically going to be in. They are playing for the title of the division. When they hang a banner that says Metropolis Division winners, that's what they're playing for.
Okay. I thought they would give them a bye, possibly. Maybe that would be a good idea to give them a bye. But I mean, hey, that's
yeah. But Gary Bettman, he's not the most fan favorite commissioner. He says he's in no rush. He's really not like willing to rush his players into unsafe environments, and he also has said that he's willing to tamper with the idea of the season starting with Christmas time. A lot of these commissioners that are not Roger Goodell, like Adam Silver and Gary Bettman, they don't want to try and compete with the frenzy at the start of the NFL season, because week 1 to week 8 are the weeks that fans are most tuned in of their teams. That's when their hopes are the highest.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Go great. They don't want to try and compete with that anymore. Both the NBA and the NHL are both opening the idea to starting their leagues from now on Christmas time, December, January.
Okay.
So
Okay. I mean,
that's
honest.
something that
I mean,
we're
honestly,
now
bro. There.
happy that this is giving them the opportunity to open the door to.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, bro. It's just like it's crazy to think that all these sports are just gone because of the
Yeah,
this whole COVID-19 and we're dealing with it and it's
yeah.
like all the things that we have to do different about it and it's just like
And
it's crazy.
people say I've heard comments and stuff. Oh, professional sports players are healthy and strong, and
No, it's
they're not the
not.
ones
No.
being sick.
No.
But you also don't look at how many coaches in the NHL and the NBA are
Old.
over the age of
There you
55
go.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
60 years old, or retired players, men in their later years.
Yeah.
These gentlemen have no reason to be exposed to this. And people like Adam Silver and Gary Bettman are not going to put their top guys in
At
environments
risk.
like
At
that. And they're
risk.
not going to go back until it's safe.
No,
And that's the
100%.
bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, I 100% agree, man. I think that it's these like the people that are running the league commissioners and everything, they're doing such a good job of just keeping players safe, keeping the fans safe, and even like I said, like Vince
Yep.
McMahon not doing WrestleMania or any of these shows with fans. Now the
Yeah.
UFC is gonna do it, and then the NBA, and they're all gonna keep doing what these
They're going to do what
Wait,
they
hold on,
need
hold
to
on. Yeah,
do.
exactly, exactly. They're gonna bring entertainment to the fans in the best of the ability without getting people sick and keeping people safe. That's the key, guys. Here, we all need to understand that it's all about keeping each other safe here, about keeping the community safe. I mean, it's this thing isn't over yet, guys. It's still going on, and I mean, it's
not
great.
over, guys.
It's not.
Really not. I'm out in the stores every day. People, this is serious. People are dying from this, and you may not know someone who's sick, and you may not know someone who has gotten ill from this. I personally don't even know anyone. I don't believe Mike knows anyone.
Yeah, but
It's
like
not directly
it's
affected our
yeah,
lives,
because
but
it's
we understand the
man.
magnitude on
Yes,
society that it's
exactly,
had.
exactly. And we all need to understand that it just stay safe as best of your possibility.
Yeah,
Mask up and do what you can to keep yourself. Wash your
you
hands.
know,
Like it's serious matter, guys. I mean,
we come from a generation that's very selfish. We want to do things to make ourselves happy. That's why we go to festivals and go to concerts and go to sporting events. We do what we want to make ourselves happy. But this is a time to not be selfish. Think about people who have worked their whole lives to give us all these great things, and now they're in their later years and they just want to enjoy life just like you. And
yep, yep.
I know it seems like it's a long time, but it will pass soon, and things will come back better than ever.
Yeah,
And you
and
gotta
yeah,
believe that.
and like guys, like if you if just I just want to say, if you guys all want NFL season, and I know who's ever just keeping the outside the house. If the more we stay in the house, it's gonna
The more you stay
you
home,
know the more we're gonna bring that season back. It's everything's gonna come back as normal. And if you want the Bills season to start, everybody else does. I know everybody loves the NFL. Let's stay safe, stay home. I mean, honestly, I mean we don't really have much. We're just kind of if anybody has any questions, we're gonna probably be you want to any question anybody want to say about how the show was? Like again, I just want to repeat it. Show every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Mike and Brian show. This is Brian right here. I'm Mike. So yeah, we're gonna bring you guys content. I mean, I do feel like any last thoughts here, Brian?
like you just said, I just want to thank everyone who tuned in for the first show. We're coming back with this podcast because we love to give our own takes on sports, and this is the stuff me and Mike are dialing up each other on the phone and blabbing to each other about every day. So we just want to talk to you guys about it, and we love to hear other people talk about this on the ESPN and all that stuff. So we're just taking our passion and our love for everything and putting it out for you guys, and especially with everyone being at home looking for stuff to do. We're going to try and give you, maybe if it is only an hour and 20 minutes of two guys chit chatting about sports, at least, it's something different, and we give you a little taste of the fan opinion.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated. We have been talking about we might even do 2 shows a week. We haven't really fully discussed what schedule we're going to be doing. So just keep updated on the page. If you haven't followed the page, if you don't watch this video live and you're watching it not live, go ahead. If you watch it all the way through, go follow that page, like that page, like the video. The reaction.
And
We got
please watch it all the way through.
Yeah,
we're not the radio guys. We're not repeating ourselves. We're not saying the same thing we said last hour. It's not the same conversation. We both got a list of topics that we communicated with each other. We're on the same page, and we're gonna run through these topics, and we're gonna get your questions out there, and we're gonna get your opinions out there, and that's it. And we're not gonna try and take up too much of your time, but we're gonna give you all of it. You know?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So my last topic is, like I said, I appreciate everybody who stopped by today. This is the Mike and Brian show. Like I said one more time, 7 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. We're gonna be here. So we're gonna end it here, guys. Thank you for stopping by in the first
I'll
show.
have some different jerseys up every so often.
So yeah,
too.
so yeah,
Shout
hey.
out to Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Thurman Thomas.
Yeah,
baby.
you guys see the Flutie Picks, with the Flutie Picks, all the Marios, you got the
Woo!
T.O.s.
Shout out to Drew Brees too, baby.
Yeah, we got the ball there, but yeah, we appreciate
Go
you guys
Bills,
stopping
baby.
by. Go Bills! You guys have a good day. Have a good Saturday.
On the Mike and Brian show.
We'll
Thank
see you
for
next.
joining in.
We'll see you next Saturday, guys. All right. Have a
See
good
you
one.
next Saturday.